Genesis 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was waving over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided between the light and the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And it was evening and it was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expansion in the midst of the waters, and let it divide between waters and waters." And God made the expansion, and divided between the waters which were under the expansion, and the waters which were above the expansion. And it was so. And God called the expansion heaven, Hashemayim. And it was evening and it was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land be visible." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, herbs yielding seed, fruit trees yielding fruit after their kind, in which its seed is upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, herbs yielding seed after their kind, and trees yielding fruit, in which its seed is after their kind. And God saw that it was good. And it was evening, and it was morning, the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expansion of the heaven, to divide between the day and the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. And let them be for lights in the expansion of the heaven, to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And God set them in the expansion of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule by day and by night, and to divide between the light and the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And it was evening and it was morning, the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly moving creatures that have life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open expansion of the heaven." And God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the fowl multiply on the earth." And it was evening and it was morning, the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after their kind." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and they shall have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the heaven, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." And God created man in his image. In the image of God created he him, male and female he created them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the heaven, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given unto you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree on which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the heaven, and to everything that creeps upon the earth wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And it was evening, and it was morning, the 6th day. Thus were finished the heavens and the earth and all their host. And God had finished on the 7th day his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day, the Shabbat, and sanctified it, because thereon he had rested from all his work which God had created in making it. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created on the day that the Lord God made heaven and earth, and on every plant of the field, and every plant of the field was not yet on the earth, and every herb of the field had not yet grown, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and man was not yet there to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed the man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden to the eastward, and he put there the man whom he had formed. And the Lord God caused to grow out of the ground every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, and the tree of life in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it was parted, and became 4 principal streams. The name of the first is Pishon, the same which compasses the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of the land is good. And there is bdellium and onyx stone, and the name of the second river is Gihon, the same which compasses the whole land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel, the same which flows toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is the river Euphrates. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to till it and keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat of it. For on the day that you eat thereof, you shall surely die. And the Lord God said, It is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a help suitable for him. And the Lord God had formed out of the ground every beast of the field and every fowl of the heaven, and he brought them unto the man to see what he would call them. And whatsoever the man would call every living creature, that should be its name. And the man gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the heaven, and to every beast of the field. But for man there was not found a help suitable for him. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the man, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the Lord God formed the rib which he had taken from the man into a woman, and brought her unto the man. And the man said, This time it is bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. This shall be called woman, Isha, because out of man was this one taken. Therefore does a man leave his father and his mother, and cleave unto his wife, and they become one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and they were not ashamed. Genesis 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, You will surely not die, for God does know that On the day you eat thereof, your eyes will be opened, and you will be as God, knowing good and evil." And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree was desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit, and she did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of both of them were open, and they felt that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called unto the man and said unto him, "Where are you?" And he said, "Your voice I heard in the garden, but I was afraid, because I am naked, and I hid myself." And he said, "Who told you that you are naked? Have you eaten of the tree wherefore I commanded you that you should not eat?" And the man said, "The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." And the Lord said unto this woman, "What is this that you have done?" And the woman said, "The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat." And the Lord God said unto the serpent, "Because you have done this, be you cursed above all the cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon your belly shall you go, and the dust you shall eat all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall wound his heel." Unto the woman he said, "I will greatly multiply your pain and the suffering of your conception. In pain shall you bring forth children, and for your husband shall be your desire, but he shall rule over you." And unto Adam he said, "Because you have hearkened unto the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree which I commanded you, saying, You shall not eat of it, cursed be the ground for your sake. In pain shall you eat of it all the days of your life, and thorns and thistles shall it bring forth to you. And you shall eat the herbs of the field. In the sweat of your face shall you eat bread, till you return unto the ground, for out of it you were taken. For dust you are, and unto dust you shall return." And the man called his wife's name Eve, Chava, because she was the mother of all living. And the Lord God made unto Adam and to his wife coats of skins, and clothed them. And the Lord God said, "Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever." Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from which he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim, and the flaming sword which revolves to guard the way to the tree of life. Genesis 4. And the man knew Eve and his wife, and she conceived, and bore Cain, and said, "I have gotten a man from the Lord." And she bore again his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And it came to pass in the process of time that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fattest thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect, and it was very displeasing to Cain, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, "Why are you wroth? Why is your countenance fallen? If you do well, shall you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and unto you is its desire, but you can rule over it." And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, "Where is Abel your brother?" And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground. And now be you cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. And when you till the ground, it shall not henceforth yield its strength unto you. Fugitive and vagabond shall you be on the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground, and from your face shall I be hid. And if I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on this earth, it will come to pass that everyone that finds me will slay me. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken upon him sevenfold. And the Lord set a sign unto Cain, that anyone finding him should not kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bore Enoch. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methushael, and Methushael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto himself 2 wives, and the name of one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Ada bore Jabal. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal, and he was the father of all, such as play on the harp and guitar. And Zillah, she also bore Tubal-Cain, an artificer in every article of copper and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives Ada and Zillah, Hear my voice, you wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my own wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son, and called his name Seth. For God said, She has appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enosh. Then began man to call upon the name of the Lord. Genesis 5. This is the book of the generations of Adam. On the day that God created man, in the likeness of God he made him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, on the day when they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his likeness after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and begat Enosh. And Seth lived after he had begotten Enosh 807 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 90 years, and begat Kenan. And Enosh lived after he had begotten Kenan 815 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. And Kenan lived 70 years, and begot Mahalalel. And Kenan lived after he had begotten Mahalalel 840 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Kenan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and begat Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he had begotten Jared 830 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he had begotten Enoch 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he had begotten Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was no more, for God had taken him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he had begotten Lamech 782 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begat a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, This one shall comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because the ground which the Lord had cursed. And Lamech lived after he had begotten Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took themselves wives of all whom they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive for the sake of man, for that he is but flesh. Yet his days of grace shall be 120 years. The giants were on the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children unto them. These became the mighty men who were of old, and the men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy the man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heaven, for it repents me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord.